everybody, welcome to Got Next Gaming. I am Emp One Way. I run this channel here by myself. A little channel, a little small channel here on YouTube, and I just wanted to kind of bring a little bit of a channel update. There's been a lot going on here with the channel, so I wanted to kind of just address it, and put up a video for you guys to kind of see my face, and I've done it plenty of times before. I'm not afraid to show who I am and things like that. And I'll see my family and my silly little daughter behind me who's making faces at the camera. This is Emma, by the way. Emma, say hello.
Hi.
Okay. She's making faces at the camera. She can see herself on the screen. So she's having a little fun, and she wanted to help Daddy out because she likes watching what I do here and playing around and stuff like that. So she often comes in and sees what I'm doing, and she asks me what I'm playing and things like that. And then she sees some of the games that I watch on YouTube myself to see what other people are doing, and games that I don't play to see what they're about. So she likes to kind of come in and do that stuff. And she's 4, and she's super smart, so she's kind of learning the computer as well, and really kind of knows her way around it pretty good. I use a Mac, so she's, I'm going to have to learn on that. And she knows how to work Final Cut, knows how to work some of the tools, which is pretty interesting. But enough of that. I wanted to kind of give you guys an update about things because I don't even know what the word for it is. I guess humbled in a way. Emma.
Making funny faces.
You're making funny faces. As she makes me laugh. She's my little comedian and she's my little rock. I'm going to talk about some family news as well before we get there. So, anyway, the stuff has been humbling. It's been super humbling, and I have you guys to thank for that. It's been something that's been in the back of my mind for a long time now, and I've been wanting to do this video so that I can kind of talk to you guys about what needs to be done next so that we can grow this channel more. I need to grow the channel more. So, okay, so grow the channel is what we want to do. It's what I want to do. I want to grow the channel. I want to bring you more content that I can. But that's the rub. That's what happens with it. It's one of those things is how do I grow the channel? There's been an influx lately of subscribers, and there's been a huge influx of views. I get a lot more views than I get subscribers, hands down. So the channel is at as of last check. Let me take a look, actually. Give me a moment there while I come into here and I take a look. So on my stuff on YouTube, I look at my dashboard, it says I have 72,000 views. If you look at Social Blade, which kind of gives you a ranking of channels as well, it says the same thing. 460 uploads, 325 subscribers. And the big thing about it is that there's been 17,000 views over the last 30 days. So over the last 30 days, something has kind of clicked, and there's been just a huge jump. Now, these numbers are nothing in comparison to the big YouTubers that are out there, and I don't really care about all of that. That's not important to me. What's more important is that you guys are interacting, and I'm getting comments, which is pretty huge. I think that's the big thing here is that I'm getting the comments that are so positive, and they're so encouraging. And I don't know how else to say thank you, but other than to sit here and say thank you to you personally and show you who I am and my family and everything else, and talk about those things, and kind of try to connect with you guys and let me know about yourselves and things like that. Some of you have come across and you've talked and you brought some personal things when I've done a live stream or something like that. There are those of you out there who are doing so, and again, I want to thank you so much because this is, for me right now, it's a hobby, but it's a hobby that I want to continue to do and continue to grow. And if I can make money off of it, heck, I want to make money off of it. Why not? I mean, isn't that the dream? It's the dream right there, right? We'll talk about that. It's the dream. I work a full-time job. I'm not allowed to say who I work for because of confidentiality reasons and things like that. I work in the IT field. I'm very good with computers. I know my way around them very well. I can fix them. I can build them. I can break them. I can do them all. Very, very good with software and things like that. Software triaging and diagnostics and whatever you want to call that aspect of it. If it's broken, I can fix it, pretty much is what it comes down to. And I mean, that's what it is, what it comes down to. So I work a full-time job, and this is a part-time thing for me. I do it on my free time. when I have the free time. I mostly do it at night after everybody goes to bed. This way I can spend time with my family and my kids, because my kids are first and foremost the most important thing in the world to me. I know I've seen some comments before, and it's funny, you know. I don't take it personal. I don't take any of this stuff personal, even the mean stuff. I don't take it personal. Somebody was like, you know, take care of your baby, you jerk, and things like that, which is I find amusing, because you're on that side of it, and you can't see what's happening behind me because I don't put my face on screen all the time. I play the game and you hear the background noises. There was a time where this room was open. There was no door. There was actually a missing wall, believe it or not, while we were doing renovations. And I've showed that video too. I kind of had the whole tear down of this entire area of my house where we remodeled 3 bedrooms and then this office as well, into a better studio for myself, and finally put a door on it so I can close the door. Right outside my door here is the kitchen. So a lot of times my wife is in there cooking or baking or cleaning or whatever, and the kids are with her and they're making their noise. And my son was young. He's only a year old at this point, RJ, and he's screaming and crying and doing whatever 1-year-olds do, you know, while I'm sitting here trying to do this, and the door would be open. There's no door, actually. There was no door, so you hear all the background noise. And as much as I tried to do it to knock out the background noise, I could not. Finally, I got myself a door, and that's what's kind of quieted things down a little bit. It also made a pretty big echo in here, which is why I had to add all the foam panels as well, and I've done a video about foam panels. So doing as much as I possibly can to get the channel rolling and doing what we can. And I know it's a slow process, and I'm fine with that. Like I said, this is a hobby as it stands. If it turns into more than that, that would be fantastic. That would be absolutely beautiful. But I want to continue to bring good quality content, the best that I can possibly do. And I'm trying to learn and I'm trying to grow, and I've gotten better as I've done this. I've gone back to watch some older stuff, and I've gotten better as this has gone along. So let's talk about state of the channel. State of the channel. Over the last 30 days, I've increased 65 subscribers. Now, when you look at how many subscribers I have total, that's like a 200% increase. The views, like I said, is 17,000 over the last 30 days, which is like a 67% increase. And it's like, where do those views come from with 325 subscribers, and why am I not getting people to subscribe? That's one of the things I'm kind of challenged by when I look at this and I do this. Why am I not getting the subscriber to stay? And that's important to me. I want you guys to enjoy what I'm doing, and I want you to give me the feedback so I can grow and continue to get better at what I do. So that's important to me. I want to know what's going on with that. Sorry for the weird cut there. My wife was looking for my daughter and needed her to go clean up a mess that she made or whatever before she disappeared into the office with me. Family things, you know, that's what kind of drives stuff here. So getting back to what I was saying, talking about like the state of the channel and how to grow it. So like I said, over the last 30 days, there's been 65 new subscribers, and that number keeps increasing and going up. I think I'm averaging about 3 to 4 subscribers per day that get added in. I'm sure there's a few lost ones in the process as well. People who decide to move on to other things or unsubscribe, which is fine. I get it. It's part of the process. And then again, the views, which have gone up from like, you know, 1,000 or so a month, or 1,300 or so a month, to like over the last 30 days, 17,000. And now it's like an average of like 500 per day, which is huge for my channel. It's amazing for my channel. Not where I thought I would be, and definitely more than I expected, and I'm absolutely loving every second of it. It's amazing to see all this stuff that comes through. And I talk to my wife about it a lot too, and she's encouraging. She supports what I'm doing here, and she gets it and understands it, and it's kind of an outlet for me in a way. And the other side behind it is something to leave behind for my kids to see too. You know, it's like a piece of me. God forbid something should happen to me in these crazy times that we live in, the crazy world that we live in. They have something to look at that their father did and left behind. I have this little tiny cassette tape, micro cassette tape of my father talking, and it's like all I have of him with pictures, obviously. And it's the last piece I have with his voice on it, where I can actually hear him speaking and things like that. And it's something that I often listen to a lot of times for encouragement, because he was a source of strength for me, without a doubt. That's my strength right there, was my dad. And he passed away many years ago. It's like 20 years now. But not a day goes by that I don't miss him, you know, and I wish he was here to see his grandkids, and they're young, they're 4 and 1, and things like that. So, again, getting back to, I'm going into a rant here, I'm sorry, as I try to talk about the channel and the growth of the channel. The biggest part of the growth of the channel has been Firewatch. I put that series up in the summertime, and lately it just has taken off. It's completely skyrocketed, and the overwhelming responses that I've gotten on that video and that series, unbelievable to me. I can't thank you guys for the support and for all the comments and everything else and the feedback that you've given me. It's absolutely amazing to me, and I cherish and treasure every bit of it. Absolutely every bit of it. But how can I grow on that? Like, I'm struggling to find the next game that's going to be like that Firewatch for my channel. Now, I do a lot of different things. I'm doing the Madden series, and that's going to continue. I'm doing NBA 2K 17, and that's going to continue. I love my career portion of that. And I started the GM series as well, which I'm going to bring more of on that too. Again, a lot of it's time, so it's hard to bring this stuff on a consistent basis. I try the best I can to do it. With Madden 17, I've committed myself to at least doing once a week the Jet videos, because I have a big New York Jet following, and a lot of you have often said, please bring the New York Jet videos, and I'm going to continue to do that. That's always going to be at least once a week. I'm going to kind of ramp it up a little bit, maybe more, to kind of get ahead a little bit and finish off the current season and get into a second season to, make it interesting, make it an interesting story at least, or try to bring a story to it if I can, to make it interesting. Obviously the New York Jets in real life stink, and it's, the fact of being a New York Jet fan, it's the same old with the Jets, as they always say, same old Jets. So, like, I'm struggling to find that next Firewatch game for myself. If you guys have suggestions or anything like that, things you'd want to see, things that you think I should try, I'm more than open to do that stuff and try that stuff. I absolutely want to give it a shot. I've had some ideas, like Life is Strange. I wanted to do a Rebel Galaxy thing. I put up a video for that. It didn't get much response from anybody or anything. I tried to promote the crap out of it everywhere I possibly could, and it still didn't garner much interest. Where I was doing kind of like, I did only one video of it. I was doing like a storytelling mode, or like a role-playing mode, where I went along the storyline and acted like the captain of the ship and did it like in first person, not me playing the game like a let's play, but more like me actually telling the story of the game itself, in my own words, in a way, going along with the story of the game. Didn't seem to catch on very much. I did the one video, like I said, I promoted the crap out of it, and not much came of it. And I kind of put that to bed for now. Maybe I'll revisit if you guys want to see something like that. Take a look at it, tell me what you think, and maybe I can revisit that and kind of continue it along and see what happens with it. Other things, if you see me looking down, it's because I'm looking at my notes. I made notes for what I was going to talk about today. One other game that's out there that I really absolutely love, and I've been enjoying all the stuff that's been put up there about it, is Hello Neighbor. It's on Steam. It's early access. It's in an alpha, and it's not on Mac. I emailed the developers. They emailed me back. They said they're going to release a Mac version at some point, but there is no Mac version now. I don't have a PC. I got rid of my PC. It broke, and I didn't get rid of it. It broke, and then I sold the pieces of it, because they were expensive pieces, off to a guy that I work with, because he wanted the graphics card, he wanted the power supply, and he wanted the motherboard and pieces and things like that. And the case, he liked the case that I had. So I sold it off like piece for piece, because one aspect of it broke, and I didn't want to deal with it anymore. And I didn't want to buy the new pieces to rebuild and everything else, since I started using a Mac on a regular basis anyway. And I don't want to partition my hard drive on my Mac to run Windows. Not right now. Maybe I will down the road, but not right now. Not something I want to do. Upcoming games, I've been looking around, and I haven't seen much that I'm super interested in. So I'm going to continue the Madden series, and I'm going to continue the NBA 2K17 series. I've been doing Watch Dogs. I put that up. I've done some Mafia 3. I did one Mafia 3 video, and I might do more of it. I don't know. I played the whole game. I finished it. I put up the alternate endings, and then a piece of the kind of made me upset. I put it up anyway. A piece of it got corrupted, and I didn't have the third ending. That's part of it, and that kind of frustrated me a little bit, and stuff. And there was another game too that I was playing actually with Beholder, which is off of Steam as well. And I love the game. I love playing it, but I can't get it to render. I can record the game. I get good audio on it. And when I go to render it in Final Cut, it doesn't want to render. It just keeps saying that frames have dropped. And I've tried everything I can. I've tried re-recording, started all over and redid it again. Tried multiple tools, all of my expertise. I've talked to friends about it and colleagues about how to fix the Final Cut thing. Looked at forums. And I've messed with the settings for graphics and everything else, and it just, for whatever reason, once it gets into Final Cut, it just drops frames, and I can't render it the proper way that I want to. in order to post it to YouTube, and I am not going to put up something that I'm not happy with. So if it doesn't meet my standards, it's not going up on YouTube a lot of times, and that's what's going to happen with a lot of stuff. And something to figure out. Beholder probably would have been a great game to put up. It would definitely have added or broadened the channel a little bit, as I do a lot of PS4 stuff, and then I do some Mac stuff here and there. Mac stuff that I've done is TerraTech and like RimWorld. Those have been pretty good as well. TerraTech was pretty big for a little bit, and I've kind of fallen off of that. I did Halcyon 6. I did a few videos of that. I want to do it more, but again, it comes down to timing and time and stuff like that, and it takes a lot of time to do the Madden stuff and the NBA 2K stuff, because I have to play the game, then I have to edit the video, and then do all the cuts and everything else that I put into it to make it relevant, and cut down the hour worth of gameplay into 12 minutes or so, or 15 or 20 minutes, just so it's not super long and super boring. And then I have to voice over on top of it. So all of that together, in all honesty, it takes about 3 hours. And like I said, I do this at night after everybody's gone to bed. And I don't do it every single night because I do have to work a full-time job. So it gets a little challenging. But I try to do it as best I can and try to do them as much as I possibly can. But again, a lot of what you guys have been saying to me has been encouraging, and it makes me want to do more and bring more. And it's really getting me like super excited about doing more stuff. So that's why I'm here now to kind of talk about what do you want to see next. Final Fantasy 15 is coming out. I've never been a Final Fantasy fan. I don't know why. I just couldn't get into it. I'm not gonna mess around with that. It's gonna be too involved. I'll stick with the Watch Dogs 2 for now. I did Watch Dogs 2 because of all the ugliness of the first one, and I wanted to play the second one. I figured, let me just record what I'm playing and talk about it and make fun of it, and you'll see some of that if you watch those videos of me kind of poking holes here and there as much as I possibly can in what they did before and what they're doing now. And again, I don't do reviews. I'm not making a review on it. I'm simply giving my own 2 cents and my opinion about what I've seen as a gamer. I'm no expert by any stretch of the imagination on anything video game wise. Despite the fact I've been playing them since the Atari 2600. I still don't consider myself an expert. I'm just a casual gamer. I am not super fantastic at any of these games. I'm not some like god at Madden or anything like that. But I just enjoy playing video games, and that's why I do what I do. Looking down the list of stuff that's coming up for the PS4, nothing really grabs me. Maybe Last Guardian. The Last Guardian, I don't know about that. It's coming out around December or so. Like the next big one I said was Final Fantasy that comes out next. That seems to be the big one that's coming up. And then after that, Resident Evil Biohazard. I'm not really all that into the Resident Evil games anymore. There's just too many of them at this point. Sniper Elite, I've always loved those kind of games. And it might be a possibility to do something to that effect too. I believe there's a Gran Turismo game coming out. I want a driving game. I love driving games, racing games, and things like that. My favorite Gran Turismo was Gran Turismo 2. After that, they're all kind of like downhill for me, in my opinion. I never really enjoyed them. After that, there wasn't much that I thought was fantastic there, as far as the Gran Turismo games. So I don't know. Forza seems to be the best game that's out there as far as racing games go, hands down. And I don't have an Xbox One or an Xbox at all, so that's something that's going to have to wait until the channel grows itself enough where I can actually afford to buy an Xbox. So I'm not going to just buy an Xbox just for one game unless I have the extra disposable income to do so. I still have a house to pay for and bills and kids to raise and things like that. So got to be a responsible adult when it comes to that. Other games, Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands. That looks fantastic. It looks amazing. I'm definitely interested in it. MLB The Show 17 is something I'm going to do because I do the MLB series on my show, on my channel, and I like the aspect of those type of games where I can do the career mode and I can build a character and bring that character along. I kind of missed it this year. Didn't really hit it that hard. It was a tough time going on there for me through work and things like that, and pressures at work and trying to get things done in that regard. I've kind of worked some things out where it might be a little bit better for me, and that's what it's going to be. And Sniper Ghost Warrior 3 comes out in April, so that's another one that's coming up down the road. These are all future down the road stuff that I'm looking at. And as far as the Mac goes, I haven't seen. It's usually when something catches my eye, I'll play it. Like Hello Neighbor, my daughter loves it. She's been watching those videos with me on YouTube of people playing it, and it's something I want to play too. And I'm going to try to do so when it finally comes out of the Mac. On the Mac, and like I said, I've been in touch with the developers, and we've emailed back and forth a couple of times talking about stuff like that. And they don't want to give a solid date on when it's going to be released, and that's cool of them to even answer me. I think it's kind of cool that they're going to answer me at least, and let me know that they are gonna release a version of it for the Mac. That's cool stuff as far as I'm concerned. But that's it as far as channel stuff goes. I don't want to go ramble on too long. I mean, this is going along as it is. So last piece of this is family news and things like that. What's been going on in my life. So we actually have had a very interesting week over this past week. And this is, I'm leaving this to the end because it's kind of tragic stuff to talk about, and it's going to be really, it's going to make me really transparent in a way, and really open me up about who I am to you guys. So my wife was pregnant with our third child, and she was about 4 months pregnant or so, and we heard last Wednesday that she miscarried. We lost the baby, and some pretty heartbreaking stuff. We were both heartbroken about it, and trying to process and understand and make sense of it for ourselves. We were super excited about our third child, even though it was kind of a surprise. We weren't really planning on it, but we were super excited, and it was really heartbreaking and crushing for that to happen. And then on top of it, I've been kind of struggling lately with my weight and my health, and I have asthma, so I've been struggling with that. It's been a really tough season for me breathing wise, and I can't breathe really good. And I've been going to the doctor and doing medications and stuff like that. And then last night, believe it or not, and yes, I'm here and I'm alive and I'm okay, wound up getting rushed to the emergency room because I'm sitting on my couch after we'd eaten dinner. We gone to go watch some TV with the family, and I'm sitting on the couch, and suddenly I get a numbness in my left arm, and in my neck I get a tightness, and then all of a sudden the left side of my head and my face go numb, pins and needles. I turned around and looked at my wife. I said, I don't feel right. I described what happened, and she says, what do you want to do? I said, I want you to call 911. Obviously, the first thing that goes through your mind is, well, I wasn't thinking heart attack, but I was thinking maybe stroke. I'm 43 years old. I'm a young man by any stretch of the imagination, without a doubt, and I should not feel that way. And it was a feeling that I've never felt before in my life. I'm pretty healthy for the most part. Thank goodness for that. I am pretty healthy, other than being overweight and having the asthma thing and having a tough season breathing wise. I've never felt anything like that. And like I said, the whole, not my leg, but my face, my arm, and my neck all went numb. So they came and they checked me out, make sure I didn't have a heart attack, gave me a CAT scan to make sure I didn't have a stroke and things like that, and checked everything out. Everything came out pretty good. Doctor thinks it may have been something neurological, but maybe with a pinched nerve or an inflamed muscle. I was moving furniture 3 days before, so 43 years old, getting older, and don't realize I need to slow down sometimes. I just keep going. That's the way I'm built. I don't stop. And it may have been something like that. So I feel good today. I feel great. I have a little bit of a headache, a little bit of soreness in the neck, but the feeling has come back. I'm not numb in my face and my arm anymore. Not to laugh or make a joke of it or make light of it, but I'm here and I'm alive, and that's all that matters for the most part. But that's really it, guys. I want to thank you so much for the support that you've shown lately, and reaching out, and the comments and the feedback and the kind words and everything else. It's just, it means a lot. And like I said, it's overwhelming to me to see this, because I try to put it into perspective. People are like, it's like 325 subscribers. Man, when you think about, the big channels out there, that's not a lot. But I often try to humble myself by it. And when I say I was humbled, is because if I had the 325 of you that have subscribed sitting in the room while I was doing this stuff, I probably couldn't do it. And when I think about the 15,000 views that Firewatch got for my, Ignore Delilah series, that's like, you think about a small arena, like a hockey arena being filled, and me sitting there playing that game while you guys are watching me. And that's completely humbling to me. Absolutely. So thank you again. Please comment. Please reach out and just chat with me and talk to me. I really want to build a community here. Eventually, maybe get a game that we can all kind of, subscribers can kind of jump in and we play together and make fools of ourselves. And you guys beat me up in some video game that you're really great at or whatever. And things like that. I'll try to do more live streams if I can as well, to get it more interactive, and probably try to help grow the channel as well. But that's it, though. Thanks, guys, again. I love every one of you with all of my heart and from the bottom of my heart. And I thank you, and my family thanks you for all the support that you're giving me, because I talk about it all the time. And I'll see you around the channel. And goodbye now.